Okay, do-it-yourselfers. I thought I'd do a little recap before I get started here. This will probably go on video part 4. I'm gonna probably have about 30 episodes. I'm just guessing, and about the problems with this boat and renovation, destruction, all that good stuff. But this boat, I haven't had it too long, but I liked it, and it set too low in the water, and I didn't know what the problem was. I thought it was a bad design, but it wasn't. And I found out it was just all the foam in the floors was wet. And the big problem is every compartment in this boat had water in it, and the foam was soaked up. Probably over 1,000 pounds of water under the floor, and you could not tell. None of the floors were weak. None of the floors are even rotten. It was just setting in the foam. And, you could see they had some nice, looks like 1708 all the way up. Looks like they coated the top of the stringers and the resin. They waterproofed it pretty good. Now back here, where the water set in it, we got some delamination and some little bit of weakening of the stringers. So I'm going to tear all this out. I'll rebuild all that there when I go back with new floor and stuff. But I just wanted to give a little update that there'll be a lot of episodes or parts, however you want to say that. I'll be putting them up every so often. I'll get caught up to real time here pretty soon. And we'll be showing every part of it. Eventually the wiring, eventually the steering. If I change over to hydraulic steering instead of cable, I'll have that. As you can see, the floors they look good. I'll get around over here. So you couldn't tell from the floors. They look real good. But every compartment, I don't know if you see that hole under there. Every compartment has a hole to the next compartment. This is the stupidest thing in the world. And I know everybody thinks that's to let the water drain out of the boat. Well, all that does is let the water get in the boat, get soaked up in the foam, and never drain out. I mean, I had foam setting in my floor that was really heavy, obviously waterlogged, but it didn't look wet on the outside, and it wasn't dripping any water out of it, but it had water in it. And some of this foam it took a lot. I mean, I hauled a whole truckload off. I couldn't put it in my dumpster. I used those big bags, and every bag filled up my dumpster, so I just hauled a whole truckload off to the dump to get rid of it. But it was thousands of pounds of wet foam under the floor, and that was the whole problem. And that's why I tore into this boat and was thinking I needed to add some length to it for the buoyancy. So now I found the problem, and I don't need to add on to the boat, but I already had it in my mind, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. But I just want to give you an update. This is where we're at. Starting to cut the boat, as you can see over there. And I still have videos of all the foam I was digging out. It was what a job. I mean, I used a shovel mostly to chop into it and tear pieces out. And the saw reached as far as I could. Like, I reach up in there far as I could to get the foam under there, because this space here, those two spaces there, go all the way up to this next bulkhead here. So as you can see, that's as far as my arm could reach to get up here and get the foam off of this part of it. And then this spaces here, they go to that bulkhead. And so I had to lay down in there and dig that way until I got the foam out. There's foam up here on the rigging tubes and stuff, and over in there, that was kind of dry, so I just left it. Because I'm going to fix it so no water ever gets in here again. It's going to be airtight. I'm going to probably gel coat everything under the floor, including the bottom of the floor. I'm going to fiberglass the bottom of the floor. I'll make everything waterproof and airtight when I put the floor back. I'll put some extra, this T-top was added on later, so they had no way to get under the floor and put any blocking in, but I'm going to add blocking to the under the floor here and try to fasten it on and give it a little extra support other than just 3 screws through the plywood. I mean, they did a good job. They bolted it on. These through bolted here onto the console, but the console is only held on by a few screws. But every bit helps. They bolted it on to the console in 2 places there. So 4 places it was bolted to the console, 4 places it was bolted to the floor. It didn't seem weak at all. It was very strong, but I'll put some blocks underneath there, try to tie them into the stringers some, and get that, make sure that's good and strong. But just a little update before I get back at it today. And I'll put this in, like I said, I think I'm getting ready to put up part 4. I may add this to part 4 or 5. I'm sure there'll be quite a few, and I'll be putting them up as I do them, as I get time to work out here. I wish I could just work out here all day, every day, but life has other things you have to go do. So, just a little update. Show you where I'm at. I'm using this engine puller here now to, I'll be able to control this back here once I get it cut off. I moved it forward on the trailer. Probably gonna need a longer trailer when I get done. But there's a lot of trailers around, so that's where we're at. We got the rub rail all cut loose here. So I think it's just a quick update, and I'll get back to the regular programming. Okay, just a little add-on. I just cut one of the rigging tubes out, and this foam was under the rigging tube right there against that stringer, not touching the ground. Now, this has all been dried out for quite a while, a couple months I've been working on this, and this foam is still wet. You see right here, it is still wet, and and it's not been in the water for a long time. It's heavy, just that little piece is heavy. I don't know, you can squeeze some water out of it maybe. Yeah, look at that. Just squeeze that water out. So if you're thinking your foam will dry out, yeah, look at that water. It just made a little puddle there, and I just squeezed a little piece of that right there. And you can imagine how, and this is off the floor. This is on the rigging tube here, off the floor. The water was in the floor. Of course, this piece here, it's wet too. It was on the floor, but like I said, this is bone dry in here now, as you can see. This has been empty for sitting in here out of the rain in this shop for quite a while. So if you think this foam's gonna dry out, you better think again, because maybe if you put it in a desert for 20 years, it might dry out. But when that foam gets in your boat, it stays. If the water gets in there, it stays. And it just loads your boat down. It'd be interesting if they had to pull the boats out and weigh them like 5 years later. And if it's gained 500 pounds, you know what the problem is. But I hate this foam. Man. Oh well, just an update.
Please be careful. bit away. Looks like it's cut.
Yeah. This one right here was cut off. That right there. The top part of it.
Yeah, this is kind of tight.
The part right up there. That isn't cut all the way. Oh, is it? Okay.
about cut loose. It's hard to tell, those bump boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got about 6 bump boards on each underneath here. I try to cut to them and not through them.
You'll have to look underneath the boat. See. That side looks okay. Maybe what it is because of the boards, it just won't let go. You know what I mean?
Here's a wonder bar.
Chipping the fiberglass. That moved. Same thing over here. Piece over the bump.
Well, through the magic of time, the boat is in 2 pieces. It is set at about 24 inches. Although it took a lot of work to get here, that was the easy part, because destroying a boat is easy. Now, putting it back together and not cracking, that's the hard part. One boat builder told me that, well, yeah, I've seen people do it, and most of them crack. It's like, okay, I'll make sure I make it strong enough. But here we are. And as you can see how much, I don't have enough trailer. Oh, looks like I'll be hunting for a new trailer. This one is not going to cut it. I moved it forward, but as you can see my mess, Everything's just piled on there. Hope I can remember how to put it all back together. See old Barracuda sitting over there. But anyway, so I moved it forward about a foot, and I might move it forward more just to work on it. When we get all done, I'll start looking for a trailer. But this dude is not going to be long enough. It's too bad. It's a pretty good trailer. You know, I can probably find somebody with a 19 foot that needs a trailer. Hopefully. But here we are. That'll probably be a wrap on this one. It's probably getting pretty long. So I'll catch you guys next time.